recording now, and we can have a chat. Actually, what's your sort of well, how can I help you the best I can? Actually, so talk me about yourself. I would say so I could understand you a bit personally, and then we can have a chat. Yeah.
Actually, myself as a civil engineer, having experience of more than 25 years, and having this more than 8 years in railway sector.
Right. Okay.
And right now I am working in Stoop Consultant Private Limited, and on the 1st of July this company has taken over by Steam. This is S System. Sorry, it's S System. It is a French company.
Okay. So in terms of your experience, are you in the design side, management, construction? What sort of side you're covering actually?
Actually, I am earlier I was in design side. I am now looking this management part in our company.
So when you say design, so is that like a structure design, civils design? What sort of design have you got actually?
It's structural design, but it's very long back, not now.
So your
last 10 years I am doing the management part.
So your recent experience is management, is that correct?
Yes, that's true.
So what sort of projects actually you're dealing with currently? Is it like a small packages, or is it like a big bridges construction, or what sort of in terms of what you're dealing with currently?
Actually, it is a railway project, and its length is around more than 100 kilometers, and it consists of several major, minor structures. Steel bridges are there.
Right.
So
okay.
all sort of the yard planning, buildings also comes in yards.
So
many things.
I take management. So you are in charge of basically as a design manager. So you have the team under yourself, true. And you control basically the design. Yeah, you deliver the design. Is that correct?
It's true. Yes.
Okay. No, that's a really good sort of experience. Actually, if I'm honest, this is exactly what I do for a living as well. So that's pretty much similar. Yeah, my experience as well. So I'm doing the design management roles as well. But that's really cool, actually. Yeah, railway experience and design management. I'm sure there's lots of opportunities around. But is the question is how to get the opportunity? I mean, that's the main question.
Yes.
But I get you are basically based in India, and if I remember correctly, you are trying to get to the UK as a dependent. Is that correct?
It's correct.
So when are you planning to come to the UK actually?
So actually it depends upon the job. If I get some opportunity there, then only I go there.
So okay, my understanding was you come because if I remember correctly, you had someone here studying and you come as a dependent. Was that not the case? Or
yes, it's true. Actually, my daughter is planning to go to UK month of August.
Right. Okay. So are you planning to come in August as well with her, or no? Is that not the case?
No, not yet. I have planned.
Right. Okay. So actually, what I'm trying to understand is like, I mean, your status here in the UK, would that be like a dependent, or would you try as a skilled worker visa? That's why I'm trying to differentiate between the two.
It's a skilled work visa. I want to go to UK.
Right. Okay. That's why it would be a lot easier. I mean, if you would have come as a dependent. The reason I'm saying that, it would be a lot easier to find a job. Because once you are here on a dependent visa, I'm sure as a dependent you can come easily, and they have no restriction as well on work, so you are completely free to do your professional, non-professional jobs, whatever you want here in the UK as dependent, and that will give you basically open field, so you don't have any restriction about your visas at all. The reason I'm saying that, like with your experience. Generally, when you apply for the jobs, especially like a railway industry, I can talk quite a lot from railway industry. I work in the railway industry here. They generally expect like a 15 or onward sort of experience. They expect anyone they're hiring to be a chartered engineer at the least. And the reason they are asking for that requirement because they should be in control and they should managing on behalf of the employer, basically the whole sort of a contract. That's how actually personally I do exactly the same way actually. So I have teams under myself, basically 3-4 different projects, and I manage the design. And actually the employer just give me the package. I mean, this is the project and deal with it. And I just ask for the resource. I need technician, designer, and checker sort of, yeah. And I deal with that directly. And I do actually sign off all the design, reviewing the design, checking. That's all my responsibility. So as a chartered engineer, they are actually, once you are chartered, they have fully confidence in your capability, your competency, that yeah, you can deal completely from start to end. Basically, you can sign off the project and you can deal with the client directly. So there's no supervision as such on yourself. I mean, like being 15-20 years experience. And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. When you got those experience, the first thing when you apply for the jobs, you will receive a call. If you receive a call, they will say, are you chartered or not? So I'm sure this is the case currently. But if you are here in the UK, obviously the next question for yourself will be the immigration restriction as well. And that is a great barrier. I'm sure that is. If you are chartered, I'm pretty certain you got a lot more opportunities here. I mean, even if you are overseas and if you're a chartered engineer, then it's quite easily to achieve the opportunity. But if you are not chartered and you are relying on sort of immigration borders as well, there's a lot more for the employer to think about before they make a decision. And I would say it's quite tough in that sense. That's where I started actually. If you want to come as a dependent, that will mean at least you actually ticked off the immigration side of it, so you have no problem with that one. So the only issue would be basically finding a job in the UK. And for that actually I do say in my videos as well that there are two main sort of requirements, I should say. The first one is your CV. CV plays basically as a selling point of yourself, how you sell yourself to the employer, to the recruiter. As long you have the CV in the right context, obviously you got relevant experience as myself. I would say if I did share my CV, if I remember it correctly, with yourself, what you need actually is the keywords. I mean, that is really important from a sort of recruitment perspective here. Obviously the recruitment agency, they receives hundreds of CVs, so they do use this search sort of option there. So as long as you have covered all those typical sort of keywords there in your CV, I'm sure that's where you get to the next stage, basically receiving the calls and arranging the interview. That's the way how it works actually. And alongside with CV, LinkedIn is very important. Your profile on the LinkedIn. Generally, I should say, 70-80% actually, whenever I receive a calls or messages, they are through the LinkedIn. And I don't basically mention myself on the LinkedIn as I'm looking for work, but I generally I do receive at least, I would say, 1 to 2 sort of messages or calls through the basically LinkedIn that they have a job available if you're interested. So these sort of things, that comes really effective from the LinkedIn. So that is really important. I mean, if you are not visible on the LinkedIn, I would highly suggest have a look. The least my profile. I won't say that's the sort of basically the best, but I would say at least if you look at my profile, how I actually managed all the content there about my profile, about my experience. Just have an idea from there, and if you start basically follow the main sort of consultant here, the contractor like AECOM, Atkins, Arup. I mean, these are the main actually players here in the construction industry all the big companies, whatever actually you name it, that they would operate actually full-fledged in the UK. So they have offices all over the UK. So you can start following them on the LinkedIn, and whenever they advertise the job, actually even for the employer, they directly basically advertise their jobs on the LinkedIn as well. So whenever they advertise any sort of jobs, you will be notified actually when you follow them. So that's how it works actually, the LinkedIn here. Obviously you have other sort of jobs portals which I generally mention in my videos as well, like CV Library, link, the Total Jobs. There's a Railway People, actually for railway, so you should really concentrate on railwaypeople.com. That is primarily for the railway people, and that is really effective for the railway sector. So you can have your profile there as well, like I mean, upload your CV. But obviously, when you go there and update your profile on these other job portals, you only upload your CV there, and that's where I say CV plays really a vital role. So the CV needs to be really at the top notch. I mean, that's how you receive the calls. Otherwise, I mean, you won't get any calls for sure. As long you have all these contacts, I mean, the main content in your CV, like the keywords, your experience there. I'm sure. I mean, that's how I do personally. That's how I search for my jobs. I mean, exactly what I'm telling you now. And I do have really sort of good sort of output from actually from the recruiter. They do call me, they do message me, but I believe I'm doing something right there. Either my CV is right, or either my profile is good. So I would say the least for as a starter, I would say try to manage your profiles similar to have a look at my profile. Not exactly, but I'm sure you are a railway person as well. So we have a really common sort of experience will be there. So that even the keywords should be there as well for yourself. But try that way and try to engage a lot more on the make yourself visible on the LinkedIn. That should be your really good start there to start looking for your jobs. Uh, August, yeah, still we got a few months actually for your daughter to come along, so you can try actually this as a tester, I should say. Try your CV and LinkedIn profile and these job portals. Try upload your profile and see if
And
you can start
actually,
getting
I
any
want to
notice.
excuse me. Actually, I want to know from you, if I come along my daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So, what will be the benefit? Actually, this there should be some arrangement of the interview or some nowadays due to pandemic. So, interview are conducting by the company through virtual means.
That's correct until now. That's correct, but actually we have the restrictions that's gonna go away in a week time. Actually, from the 19th of July. So this is well, currently I say this is presumption, but all the restriction will go away. And literally, if I talk the current situation, so the companies have already opened their offices now. So partially they work from home and partially in the office. So it's already rolled in actually. Going forward in a month or so time, actually everything will be back to normal. I'm not sure if you're following the football, but if you've watched the football match, 60,000 spectators were there in Wembley the other day in London. So you can see it's back to normal literally here in the UK. And going forward, it will be face to face. I don't see there be more restriction in a month or so time actually. In terms of the interview, even if that's a virtual or if that is face to face, I don't see a difference. But actually, the reason I say if you come dependent, that would be beneficial because you ticked off that barrier of your immigration to the UK, and that is a huge barrier for especially for overseas. Because when the employer actually try to bring a newbie from overseas, they have to go through the process and they have to pay to the government, the home office as well, for each individual they're bringing over. So they have to pay the fee for that as well. So obviously if you ticked off that box already, you are here, it make a lot easier for the employer here actually, so they don't have to worry anything about immigration or anything as such, and you will go straight into the interview stage, and the interview stage 100%, you sort of whatever you say in the interview, the output is 100% based on your interview. Basically, that's how you get the job.
One thing I want to know from you that since my daughter is going for undergraduation, so I think I won't get this dependent visa. Only the tourist visa will be applicable for me.
Right. Okay. No, in that case, tourists are not actually eligible for the job, so that won't be suitable, if I'm honest. If that is the case, so yeah, that won't give you benefit at all in terms of finding your sort of professional job. So that won't benefit at all. I was in the impression that you can get the dependent visa sort of
No, it's not like this.
Okay.
So how can I apply? As you said that by the LinkedIn we can get opportunity, but we know as far as there is no suitable vacancies right now in LinkedIn.
No, that's not true. How can you say there's no suitable vacancy?
Because I applied there in LinkedIn, so there is no suitable vacancy right now. So
what sort of vacancies you are searching for? Okay, that's the main question. So what are you searching for? What sort of role?
For our job means as a railway experienced and design coordinator, as a design coordinator.
A design coordinator, they'll be really limited, so you can check for project manager role, design manager role. You can here actually in the UK we got personally I work as a CRE, we call it CRE here, contractor responsible engineer. And that's exactly what you actually identify. Your role currently is managing the design teams. So you are suitable. If you got similar experience, you are suitable for the CRE roles. And if I'm honest, I do receive at least 1 to 2 sort of messages or weekly basis from recruiting agencies and from LinkedIn messages that they have suitable vacancies around. And obviously, I'm not looking for a job at all, so I'm not active in terms of for myself, but that's not true that there's no jobs basically relevant to your experience. Try, as said, railway people is very relevant to railway people, actually railway guys here, and I'm active quite actually not nowadays, but whenever I do search for the jobs, so that is my main sort of actually website, railwaypeople.com. So you can try there as well. That is very much relevant to the railway sector, and you can look for CRE role, CEM, contractor engineering manager. These are relevant jobs. But obviously a CEM this is higher up than CRE, which controls the overall multidisciplinary projects. So that's slightly higher up. But if you are concerned with civils and structures only, then or a specific field, then you should go for CRE role. That would be more relevant to yourself, so your specific specialty in the subject. So design manager role, CRE, CEM, a principal engineer like civil and structure, you can look for that one. Senior engineer role. So these are the main sort of title you should search for and see what you're gonna come up with. I'm sure you're gonna get loads of sort of searching there.
Okay. So thank you very much. Thank you.
So anything else you wanna ask? I'm free.
No, I got all the information, and thank you.
I would say start basically the way I said. CV is very important. That plays a really important role, and then LinkedIn and the job portals, and upload once your CV is in a good shape, so upload it on the other websites as well, and that's how you make the links actually. And even on those websites you can tailor basically the alerts for yourself. So what I've done personally, I have made all these job titles, like I mean design manager, CM, CRE. So I already on the websites I have made alert for these jobs. So whenever these jobs comes on the website, so I get a notification email, and that's exactly what I'm trying to say. If you do that, basically on their website, you don't need to search for all the time. Basically, those websites, you just make an alert for yourself what job titles you're going to be looking for. So every morning you come up, yeah, in the morning I generally receive every day sort of, yeah, from CV library, from railway people, sort of email, I mean these are the new jobs, yeah. So that is the easiest way to manage your sort of, yeah, tailor it to the local, what exactly the title you're looking for, and that's what you're gonna get, yeah, the notification. So that's quite useful sort of trick there as well. But I'm sure try for a few weeks this sort of exercise. Be active there, and try to make a few links, especially with the recruitment agencies. Like I mean, on the link, they're all visible on the LinkedIn, and yeah, on the and the try follow the big players like Acom, Atkins, Arrow, Colas, Amy. I mean, these are the big players here in the construction industry, and see if that's going to help. I'm sure we're going to catch up yet down the line and see if how your progress is going.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your call, and this was the first one-to-one on this platform. So I'm sure, yeah, more and more people is going to get a benefit from this. Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. Thanks for your call. Cheers. Thank you. Bye.